Hi everyone, welcome to online CADing class, I guess you could call it. I will be teaching how to use the software TinkerCAD, which is a free, easy program that kids can use to design anything, pretty much anything they want. Um, and it's really easy to use. It's a very basic CAD software. And yeah, I'll be teaching in a series of videos. So this is part one. I don't know how many other parts will be there, but yeah, welcome. So once you type in the website TinkerCAD, this will pop up. You could click join now and click create a personal account. And kids, if you don't have an email, you could ask to use your parents' email. You could sign in with Google or Apple. There are more sign-in options. Um, of course, you can also sign with email, but if you already have an account, like I do, um, I'm just signing with Google. Here we go. And this will pop up. So this is basically your page where it shows you all of your designs. I've used TinkerCAD in my freshman year of high school where I took an engineering elective class that we were all required to take. So these are some of the things that I had to CAD, not all of them. But yeah, there they are. So today I'm just going to go over how to navigate the platform and what basic features there are on TinkerCAD. So first of all, I recommend using a mouse to CAD. It's fine if you use a trackpad, but I found it using a mouse be much easier, and it just helps it to be, I don't know, more coordinated, I guess you could say. So yeah, so this is your workspace. You could rename your document over here. If you have a mouse, you could zoom in and zoom out. You could also rotate it and if you want. You could also rotate with this cube, but I found doing it with the mouse is much easier because you could do it like however you want. So over here, you have some tools that we're going to go over in another video. You have your work plane, which is here, it says right here, and you have a ruler. You could place a ruler wherever you want, and it will show up as like a coordinate system. For now, we're not going to use the ruler. We're just going to go over the basic shapes that TinkerCAD has. So if you look here, there's a feature called Basic Shapes, and there's a drop-down menu where there are a bunch of other entities or objects that you could work with. So let's start with the box. To put a component onto your work plane, you could just drag it here. So this is you can cube box. You could do a lot of things with this box. If you double click the box, you could change the dimensions and how far you want it up on your workspace. This will show up saying if you want to be a solid box or a hole. For now, I'm going to choose solid, and you could also make your box different colors, and you could also have custom colors as well. You could choose, you could type in the length you want, obviously, and the width and the height. Steps is basically something that I want to go over in another video. It's kind of complicated. It's not really something you need to know for CADing. It's just there. Radius is how kind of curved you want your object to be. If, of course, you push it all the way, you'll have this like circular elliptical kind of object. For now, we're just going to put it at 0. I could also rotate it how much I like. So there's that. When I put my cursor on one of these corners, you'll see the numbers that pop up. Let me close that. These numbers will tell you the dimensions of the box. You could always double click and change the dimensions. I'm going to put 6 and I'm going to put that to 4. So yeah, you could always change dimensions. You could click on this and, you know, set the height of the box. So I put it at 2. So yeah, there's a lot of things you could do. More information, this is locking. Basically, when you lock this or a component, you can't move it because it's fixed. Just if you want to unlock it, just simply click the lock again. This light bulb means if you want to hide your component or if you want it to be seen. So if you're working with a lot of components, it might be hard to, you know, see all of your components, for lack of better words. So you could just click it and it'll disappear. It won't be deleted. You could just click on this again and it will just reappear. It will just hide it for you if you want to see your design more carefully. So that's the box. We have this classic cylinder. Again, you could always change the dimensions of the cylinder. Size is like how basically round, I guess, or pointy your cylinder to be. So it could be smooth, which is like the highest side, or very like edgy, which is the lowest side. Bevel is kind of like how pointy or edgy, I guess, you want your surfaces to be. So if I have a low bevel, you'd see the surface is completely smooth. But if I have a high bevel, you could see that there are edges. It's more sculpt-like. And of course, you also have to lock, hide. These tools are available for every single basic shape. So that's the cylinder. Let's delete that. And we have a sphere. Sphere, you could change the steps. You could make it not a sphere like this polygon, or you could make it like a actual sphere with the highest number of steps. You know, you can always change the dimensions, whatever you want. So that's the sphere. Scribble is a very interesting tool. If you click Scribble, you'll have this page. Basically, for Scribble, you could do anything you want. You could write something and it will just have that design pop up for you. You could basically customize your design if it's not available on one of the tools on TinkerCAD. So let's say that I wanted to write something like hello. If I write this, you'll see that on this screen, you have a preview of what your component will look like in 3D. Of course, this is your design. This is what it will look in 3D. So you could always, of course, erase whatever you want. Let's erase that. And it will automatically update your 3D design. You could also do something with this tool. You could kind of let's say, go over this, I don't know, like that, and it'll just create another blob, like the changes on your workspace. You could, of course, always delete this blob by using the eraser tool. But, of course, when you do that, you'll delete your original design. So let's go back to this one. And if you're satisfied with it, you could always click Done at the corner, and here you go. That's your custom design. You could change the height of it, so, you know, if you want to make it taller or lower, it's up to you. You could make it whole. You could edit your scribble if you're not satisfied with it. That's always an option. So that's that. You also have something called a roof. If you're building a house, you'll need a roof. So you could always put that there. Again, you could change the dimensions. There's not really specifically anything. There's no specific features for this one. It's just a roof. So yeah. We have a cone, and there's a lot of features for this one. There's a top radius, which is this part over here, so you could make that as really wide and flat as possible, or you could just, you know, keep it pointy. You have the base radius, which is this bottom circle. Again, you could change that. You have the height and the number of sides. You could make it not a cone like this prism, or you could make it like a full cone, like that. So that's a cone. We have a round roof, which is basically the other roof, but round. And there are no additional features for this one because, again, it's just a roof. So that's that. Next, we have the text tool. And this is basically if I want to put any text on my design. So I could change what I wanted to say, like, let's go with hello again. Hello. I could change the font. I could change the height. I could change how round and thick I want it to be. And yeah, that's the text. I could also drag my cursor onto my component and delete that as well. We have a wedge, and there's nothing really specific about this wedge because it's, you know, just a wedge. So that's that. We have a pyramid. We could change the number of sides on this pyramid. We could go for 28, or we could just go for a simple 3. And that's the pyramid. We also have a half sphere. If you don't want a full sphere, you could always have a half sphere. Again, there are no features for this because it's just half a sphere. We also have the Polygon tool, which you could customize with a number of sides. The maximum is 12, minimum is 3. Bevel, again, how round and sculpted you want your polygon to be. So that's that. We have a torus, which is like a ring. You can change the radius of the torus, like how big you want your torus to be, how thick and deep you want your ring to be, the number of sides, and yeah, this can make like a, you know, good float, like a floaty on the swimming pool. We have a tube, which is like the torus, but it's more edgy and sculpted. Again, you could change how big you want it to be by changing the radius. You could change how thick your walls are. You could change the number of sides, like there's a triangle. Woo. Or you could have a full circle. Bevel, how flat or sculpted your surface to be. And yeah, that's tube. We also have a heart tool. No features for this one. Again, it's just a heart, but I don't know, if you want to design something cute, you have a heart. We also have a star, but we have 2 stars. Each looks different. Let's go over this one. This one looks more like a compass. You can change how many points you want. You can have a really pointy star like that, or, you know, or like a triangle, which is kind of like a star, right? You can change how big your star wants to be, or the inner radius, kind of like how flat you want it to be, around round, I guess. And for this one, there's no particular features. It's just a normal, regular star. Fancy star, normal star, as I like to call it. We have an icosahedron, basically a polygon with 20 sides. 20, yes. I confirm that with Google. Boom, 20 faces. No, nothing special about this one. It's a really complex polygon that has 20 sides. Reminds me of kind of like the ball that drops on New Year's in Times Square, huh? We have a ring. Something special about this is that you get this feature. You also get how many sides you want, which is pretty cool, but also you could change how wide or like you want your ring to be. You could customize it, do whatever you want to it, you know, flatten out, thin it. Yeah, pretty cool. You also get a dice. A lot of TinkerCAD lessons involve sculpting a dice, which I'll teach later on in the series. But you have a solid dice, nothing special about it. A lot of my projects involved like a dice or sculpting like a house, and lots of custom projects as well. We also have a diamond, nothing special about it, it's just a regular diamond. Ooh, so there. So those are all the basic shapes that I want to go over. You could design pretty much anything you want on TinkerCAD, and when you do, you could, if you have a 3D printer or some place that you know that could print something for you, you could always print your designs and have it as like a souvenir, which is really cool, and this will kind of get you interested if you want to do anything design or engineering related. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.